Here in the Australian rainforest, spring is getting hotter each day. This is the most dangerous season in the bush, and this week alone, we have got ourselves in more than enough situations with spiders, snakes, and goannas. When we're not being attacked by the world's deadliest predators, though, we've been busy renovating our art studio and having some fun along the way. We built this art studio in the old shed about 3 years ago, and this place of creativity has given us so much inspiration as we make art. But it is an old shed, and there are some things that have been in need of a desperate renovation, so over the next few weeks we're building.
So we're working on a really big project. We're kind of renovating the studio at the moment. We've got these old windows, and they're a bit of a problem. Kind of in the wet season, lots of water came in, and especially in the big floods, and they just started rotting. And even at one point, I remember there was this big yellow mushroom coming out of them here, so they're really not good, and they're also quite old. So our plan is to take them out and maybe even repurpose the glass into some new windows that we got.
The goal of this project is to build with environmental impacts in mind at all times. This means using as much secondhand building material as we can, repurposing old junk to become something special and new. Of course, we have Uncle Adam helping, who you might remember from our original studio build. My first job is to move this old iron that was a secondhand door. We're keeping all the parts to use on another project because we don't throw away anything.
It's springtime in Australia, which means that there's definitely snakes underneath all of this iron, but I've warned them that I'm here.
I went into this job fearing snakes because more often than not, when you lift a piece of hot iron around here, you find some sort of snake underneath. And recently, we've spotted so many snakes around. This eastern brown snake has been living in our garden for a few years, and in spring it comes out and we've almost stepped on it so many times. These are the second most venomous snake in the world and are super common around here. This week there has also been a huge carpet python climbing up into our roof. They are friendly and non-venomous, so we get along with them. There's also a lot of goannas around at the moment, and these massive lizards sometimes scare me the most. And they can grow up to 2.5 meters long and can run at 40 kilometers an hour.
Everyone's scared of Australian snakes and spiders, but what you actually should be scared of is goannas. They are terrifying. They are ancestors of Komodo dragons, and this one's massive. I don't know if you can tell how big it is, but look at its claws.
Like a snake, they can unhinge their jaw so that they can swallow large prey. We have learnt to live side by side with these animals though. It is scary, but the thing is that we're living within their landscape. And honestly, if we calmly go about our day and respect these predators, they normally calmly go about theirs and respect us. While I expected snakes here, what I didn't expect that while Uncle Adam was working on removing the framing above me, he would find a spider's web, get scared, and drop a bunch of spider-covered wood onto me.
No spiders? Do you want me to pass you back the spiders?
Please, yeah. Just give it a whack so they're not on there. If you don't mind.
Goodbye, spiders. He gave me warning this time. The first time he did it, he just dropped a bit of wood with heaps of spiders on it. What was it?
Quite like that. I didn't mean to drop it. I dropped it because the spider was on my hand.
And your niece was underneath.
Yeah.
At this point it was just funny, but I realised later that I think this is some sort of funnel web spider, which is actually the most venomous spider in the world. Our mornings on the permaculture farm always start with the same routine, caring for the animals and picking breakfast straight off the tree.
Maggie's in trouble today because yesterday she was the naughtiest goat that could ever be, so I'm angry at her and she's angry at me. I dragged her across a paddock to try to get her to go into the paddock she was supposed to be in, and then she ran away 3 times. But Moth's in a good mood, because Moth was a good girl yesterday.
Black sapotes are a fruit from Mexico, which have been domesticated for over 2,000 years. They taste just like chocolate, and their flesh is the texture of a date. They only fruit in the springtime, and at this time of year there aren't many other fruit trees ripe, so it's an extra special treat. It's amazing that we always have a fruit in season here. Whether it's an orange, a black sapote, a starfruit, or a mango, we always have a seasonal breakfast plucked that very morning. Each season, I almost forget what comes next, and then I smell a waft of ripening fruit spread across the hill. I spot a bright berry beneath the canopy, or I watch the goats run off to a paddock for a new fruit. Suddenly, I remember what fruit comes next, and I get so much excitement in a new season of sweetness. Normally, in mulberry season, the ducks turn from angels into tiny little escapees who can find a hole in a freshly mended fence. But this season, they've been surprisingly well behaved, so far. With a busy week of building, we make sure to spend some time relaxing too. We've been meeting our neighbours down here for a swim most days. Cool water is so refreshing.
Thank you so much to EcoFlow for sponsoring this video. We're going into summer here, which means that I have so many plans for hiking and camping, and I'm really excited about EcoFlow's solar hat. You wouldn't really believe it, but it's a solar panel and a hat combined, which is so cool. I go hiking a lot in the bush on unmarked trails, sometimes alone, sometimes overnight. I'm always trying to pack light, but 2 things that are absolutely necessary on a hike are a hat for sun protection and a fully charged phone for safety. This hat helps with both of those. There's a lot of snakes, so the risk of rolling your ankle or getting lost. So it's great to have the protection of power at my fingertips. I get distracted by pretty palms and mushrooms, and I take photos of all the beautiful things that I spot along the way. And 12 hours later, my phone is out of battery, so I'm really excited to take this with me and be able to charge my devices on the go. It has a USB-A and a USB-C port on it, so you can charge 2 devices at once. I'm also excited to take it camping, and my uncle has already been eyeing it off for his fishing trips. EcoFlow also sell power stations and have just released their latest DP3, which can power up to 4,000 watts. The Delta Pro 3 can reduce your energy consumption by 22%, and you can keep your home running smoothly during power outages with the Delta Pro 3.
You can visit the link in our description to check them out.
Which one do I choose to make right by you? One to wrap yourself around.
While I've been building, I haven't been on a hike or done anything like that. It's funny, when you're building, you kind of put everything into it. So, you know, my muscles are sore from building, so I wake up later and I kind of just, all of my exercise goes into building, and then also my brain is sore, and I'm putting my creativity out in the building work, so I find I don't create that much as well. But it's kind of nice as well that what I'm doing at the moment can fulfill all of my needs in that way. But it also feels so nice to wake up early and watch the sunrise over the valley and move my muscles, and maybe I'll do a little drawing.
It's so hard to move when you feel the weight holding yourself down.
This poor snake has been, I think, squished by a car, and this is the second one that I've come across on this tiny hour-long hike. So it's a bit sad, but it's also a good reminder that I should be safe while hiking, because all of the snakes are about. This is a red-bellied black, I think, and they're really dangerous, but they're also really friendly snakes, and this one's just a little baby one, I think, so it's really sad. If the snakes weren't angry already, they'll be angry now.
That's right. Hey, you didn't use the chisel that was on the...
This one? No, that's not a chisel.
No, not quite. Very similar.
Thank you. I haven't seen a chisel. Hello, angry snakes. Hello, angry snakes. No snakes yet. No snake.
No, it's not even on the ground.
This is my snake glove so that if I reach down and there's a snake, it can't bite me through the glove.
Snakes normally can't get their fangs through thick fabric or shoes, so wearing long pants and having some sort of glove would help if a snake tried to strike. Eastern browns are so fast that they can outrun a person running at full speed, or outsliver, I guess?
So the plan is a little complex. We have these doors here, and we were searching everywhere for some sort of door situation to replace the old rotten ones, and we just couldn't find any second-hand good ones. And we realized we have these ones, and we're not even using it as a door, we're just using it as a window. So what we realized was we can move this one over there to the other ones and replace that with the other ones with this. And then these are the beautiful old vintage windows that we've already sanded these ones off, but Anastasia's out sanding the other one right now. And we'll put these here, because we just need a window here. So I think it's a good plan. It's a little complex as always. We've kind of made things hard for ourselves. But getting like big doors or anything delivered here is so ridiculous. Like all the little winding roads, it's kind of impossible to get something big like this delivered, so I think this is the best plan for the situation. So as you can see, everything's a big old mess at the moment, and all my painting stuff is kind of on hold. Anastasia's sewing room is like so messy, but that's okay. I like to think of building as another creative passion, so that's what we're working on at the moment.
Now it's time to move this door out, and soon it will be moved to the other side of the studio.
You have a tool I can push it up.
And are you able to pass my screw gun out by the bathroom? If we let it lay over a little bit, lay back.
So my fear was snakes, mostly brown snakes, but what I found was, I think, a funnel web spider nest, which is the deadliest spider in the world. So I had the wrong fear, but there was fear. And I still haven't lifted up the next sheet of panel, which could have more snakes or spiders underneath it. I haven't found the spider that belongs to the nest. We will see.
Pretty sure that is a funnel web nest.
Alright, deadly snakes or deadly spiders? Oh, rat! I'm sorry, rat. Oh!
Luckily, it was only spiders and rats that I found, which is a big relief.
We're good.
These are the new windows that I'm very excited about. We're thinking of painting them green or something cute like that, but they're so gorgeous. I think they're from an old industrial warehouse or something, and they've got these like beautiful mechanisms where this panel opens outwards. We're going to install them, I think, the wrong way. I think they're meant to be horizontal, but we're going to put them in vertical, but it should be okay. They didn't have any glass in them, so typical us, we like took on a very big project of restoring them and reglazing them, but I think we'll learn a lot along the way. Won't we, Mr. Clover? You're just here for the pats. The goats keep sneaking in here because there's no window or door, but this seems to have deterred them, strangely enough. So exciting, it feels like everything's coming together and the space feels, I don't know, a lot more cohesive now. I can't wait to see it all finished. So we have 3 of these windows and we had intended on putting the third one upstairs in the loft, but Mum just suggested that it could fit next to the door in there, so we're kind of considering what the best option is. It's very divisive, everyone's got a different opinion and none of us can decide. This is the spot. Should it be wall or should it be window? What do you think, Anastasia?
I think wall.
You think wall?
Pretend I'm a wall.
So you can see the mountains so beautifully from this spot, so a window would be special. But the window would go up a lot higher than the door, which I think would look a little junky to have the door at that height and then the window going up and over.
And it's south facing, so
Yeah.
that would bring much light in.
So we don't really need a window here. I also think a wall would be nice because then we could put a lounge or something.
Wall or window, what do you think? Thank you so much to our special community of patrons for helping us along this journey. You can find more in our book, which is linked in our description. The music in this video is by Jordan Prince, and you can find his links in our description too.